Is this thing on? Oh, it is. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here in the expansion series. This is part 4, I believe, and I'm so thrilled to be back bringing you these kind of videos because I just got back from Chicago, from the National, just the other day. Took a couple days to unwind and kind of recharge before I dive headstrong into finishing this expansion. We are here in the actual shop. It doesn't look like a shop, but here we are in the actual shop, and I want to bring you guys around to showcase what we were able to do today. My friend Pete and I didn't record anything because I just wanted to be head down, take advantage of the time, his gracious time that he spent here helping me out, and I can kind of just recap everything in a clip like you're seeing right now. Plus I can do my own things along the way. But yes, we have, I don't even know where to start, so we're gonna bring the camera right to where the door is. This is where you'd be walking in from, and this is what you would first see. Not much yet, but the fun and the magic that we were able to create is all the way back there, and I'm so excited to show you that. First, all this stuff here in the middle, that'll get resolved and figured out. First thing, blaster boxes are no longer here. The supplies are going to move shortly. The blaster boxes are now behind me here, where this was originally kind of like my gateway to behind, like where my office was. So that is now officially blocked off. We have blasters in retail here. Love that. Good little display, boom, right when you first walk in. If you don't see the hobby boxes, you'll certainly see those. Now, what I'm really, really excited for is, you hear humming in the background, that is the air conditioning that is on. Let me go turn the light on real quick. Beautiful. Now you guys can see it.
This video was brought to you by my loyal patrons through the channel membership program. Pledge today and receive exclusive perks, benefits, early access to videos, and more. Link in the description.
A little bit better. This is going to be quarter corner. Quarter corner. Could be a little tongue twister there if you don't say it slowly. Quarter corner. Quarter corner. So you see what I did there? I love this. So literally what this all used to be, guys, used to be my office. All this space here was originally my office and storage then. Now it is quarter corner. So over here we have baseball quarter cards. Sorry for the shake. This is all baseball quarter cards right here. All organized by team. We've already displayed and showcased the process, how we were able to do it. Now we were able to actually apply it and put them out here in order. Labels will be made eventually. They will be coming soon. I just want, what is my butt was rubbing up against a box. They will be eventually labeled soon. But we got Atlanta, Arizona, Athletics. We just put them with the A for now. The Red Sox are all here. There's one more team. No, that's all Red Sox, and so on and so on. Cubs, White Sox, yada, yada, yada. And then, over here, sorry, there's like boxes from my Nationals pickup still on the ground. Here is going to be basketball quarter, right there. Super excited for that. What this will be, that's a really good question. I kind of had the idea of moving the football boxes, which are currently here. Oh, if I can point better, currently here. Move them over to there. And then these two, where the football boxes are currently, if I could point better, I'm sorry, I'm so bad at this. Those are currently football quarter boxes. Have those two shelves be them. And then this last shelf over there in the corner, right here, that could be miscellaneous quarter stuff. So like racing quarter cards, UFC quarter cards, or maybe it's miscellaneous dollar cards, you know, for like F1 and NASCAR and whatever, right? I mean, I've yet to really figure out exactly what we're going to use that shelf over there for, but it will eventually come about to something. Now, what I really would also want to show you is this. What was this before? This was where, like, the Pokemon case was. Where I'm standing is formerly where the Pokemon case was. I still have the Pokemon cards and cases case right there, just off screen. But this is now the whole new back area, not back area, but like hobby boxes, display cases, all running down. I did not expect 4 shelves to fit back here. I did not expect that. I was expecting 3 at the most, have a gap from the window, maybe put a shelf there or put a shelf in front of the window over here. So really, really exciting that I'll be able to have baseball, basketball, football. Hockey will go down there where, if I can find it, right there where the Pokemon in F1 and Donruss is. Actually, it'll be hockey, it'll be F1, it'll be racing. What else do we have over there? X-Men, Garbage Pail Kids, so kind of a lot of miscellaneous stuff. I love this layout. I kind of had a little trouble. I'll take you guys along with me. Had a little trouble trying to figure out this corner here. Just how do I want to organize it? How do I want to set it up? I'll kind of get myself out of shot and show you guys what we kind of landed on. So cool little round off there. Here's the POS system. Then we have the vintage hockey in Cardtown armor case right here. And then this is going to be kind of like a, hey, somebody just opened some Donruss basketball. They don't want it. Okay, let me get my extra quarter bin, and kind of plop it in. And then once it's full, I can have my friend Pete, who's done a lot of this organizing, if maybe 98% of the organizing of the quarter cards. And then once that box is full, hey Pete, come pick them up. Please and thank you. That is very exciting that is done. However, through all the excitement, there is still a lot of work to be had. And I want to kind of make sure that you guys do know that even though this is an exciting time, there is still a lot of work to do. Over here, a little off screen, I'll just tilt the camera. So over here we currently have the supplies, top loaders, binders, some cardboard boxes. That's probably going to go up against that wall where the Cardtown Armor sign is now. We'll move that, put that closer to where the actual CTA is. There's the poster of Bobby Orr, the jersey of Pat Surtain. Those will come down. The mini fridge and the microwave will go in the back, which I've yet to move. And then actually now this bookcase is off screen. That will go here. So I still have access to my thermostat. Hopefully nobody touches it, guys. Please don't come in and come running to the thermostat to touch it. Please don't. I don't want to have to put it behind like a lockbox or anything like that. And then the spindle display with all the mags, all the penny sleeves, all the team bags and such will go in the corner where the mini fridge is. Sorry, I drew a horrible blank. So that still begs the question, where do we put the Pokemon graded cards? Because I have the Cardtown Armor hockey, I have baseball, basketball, football, all organized in the appropriate order that I want them. Originally, I was going to kind of have it jettison and kind of be like right here to kind of block off the doorway to Unit A, which is now the warehouse. It's super easy for me when I pop out. Woohoo! I can close the door behind me. But just in case I didn't get a chance to close or I forgot to close it, I would have liked to have had something to kind of block off, again, like cases or something, so people don't like, get nosy and want to go back there themselves. Because I can already know, I can already see it. Someone's going to be looking at the penny sleeves over here. The door will be closed right there. I'll bring you guys over to just show you guys. So here's the warehouse. Scary dark room, guys. Someone's going to be going through right over here off screen, and they're gonna be like, oh, what's over here? I can already see it happening, and I do not want that to happen. So please don't look through the door if it's closed. Even if it's open, don't even look in there. Please and thank you. Please don't touch the thermostat. But yes, where will the Pokemon case go? Great question. Right now, it's just lonely right there, kind of in the middle of nowhere. Now, there is some space over there, so I could add it there. And what am I going to do with that case over there? I could kind of wrap it around. I don't know. I just don't want that corner, which it has been in the past, be dead space. That's the very last thing that I want that corner to be, is dead space. So I got to try to figure out how to make it work. And I want to keep the two Pokemon cases, because there will be two Pokemon cases, together. This is actually part of the wall that I had separating the shop floor and my office. I had to break the wall in half, so to speak, to be able to kind of separate still, because there's still some closet space over there. I could put some shelving over there for miscellaneous stuff. I'll figure that out eventually, but that is like low on my to-do list. We're gonna have some extra partition walls that we could probably put in the warehouse somewhere to kind of separate something off. I don't know what yet, but we'll separate something. And that is currently where we are. Yeah, I'm just so excited, guys. I am so excited that, and Pete even saw my excitement. We were moving the stuff around, just kind of getting a general idea of where things are going and how things are looking. And my expression, I was so excited. I was so happy. I've waited so long for this, and I can just see it fulfilling right before my eyes. That quarter corner is becoming a reality. All up in my head previously, nothing but a fantasy previously, but I can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shelves of quarter cards. Then there's going to be a bunch of dollar boxes, which I still don't know yet where I'm going to put. I really wanted all the boxes, all like the value boxes to be together. But if you're going to be offering 100 value boxes, it's going to be tough to keep those ones together. Really is. And we're well on our way. We got 30, actually, let's see, 5, 10, 20, do quick math here, 20, 30, 35, 44 just in baseball right now. Actually, there's 2 more boxes. Was that 46? We have 32 football teams, 36, 48, 78 right there, plus all the ones that are behind this wall that you guys can't see that are already made, like all the dollar boxes and such that are already made. We're well on our way to 200 value boxes. It's not going to be easy, and it's not going to happen overnight. We both know this. That's why time is crunching down. Today is Thursday, August 7th. This video is going to come out, I have no idea when, but just know from when I'm recording and making this video and this clip, I have less than 8 days, 7 days actually, because I need to be ready before Friday the 15th. So I need to be done, ready to rock and roll. We're all done in here. Everything's good to go by August 14th. That is 7 days from today. Oh my God, I just realized that's 7 days from today. Maybe I shouldn't have took those 2 days off when I got back from the National. Maybe I shouldn't have. Oh my God. So despite the excitement, despite the energy, despite the awesomeness, we still have a lot of work to do. We still have so much to do. A lot of work is ahead of us, and I want to make sure that I keep bringing you guys along, because I know a lot of you guys have been liking this expansion series, and I thank you guys so much for not just watching it, but liking it, commenting about it. Whenever you see me, you're talking to me about it, you're messaging me about it. I really do appreciate all the love, all the support, the feedback, the excitement, the energy, people saying, oh, I can't wait for you to reopen. I'm going to wait before I buy a box or supplies or whatever until you reopen. And that just means a lot to me. So thank you guys. Whether it was from the support from when I moved shops to now expanding, the support has always been appreciated. And all the other times you guys have supported the shop, thank you, thank you, thank you. None of this is possible without you guys. None of it is. And I need to make sure you all know that, because it is so true. If it wasn't for you, whether it's watching, buying something, selling cards, buying cards, trading cards, whatever it may be, this isn't possible. So now that the excitement and energy has been shown and you guys can see it, and we just had a sappy, emotional moment, let's get back to work. This is the Expanding Our Dream Shop series, part 4. Let's go. So what we're doing here is we're taking cards from the 2-row bins that we were able to kind of compile and organize. Take what we currently have that Pete organized and add cards from the quarter bins that we already had here at the shop. Kind of fluff them up, fill them out, and then we're gonna have to obviously add another 2-row to this mix. And because right now this is the Padres bin and it's already just about full. So this is the Padres bin. It's a little too stuffed for my liking. Give it a little extra breathing room. Now we're going to take this Padres box, put it here on the shelf. We're going to have to move these teams down because we're just going to need more cards. And then grab another 2-row box, fill it with the rest of the Padre cards, and put it into place. And rinse and repeat for the last few teams that we have to do. So I have an extra box made from when Pete was organizing the cards, all the cards. I was just mass making boxes, so I have an extra 2-row laying around. I think I only got 3 left. I ordered more. I did not expect to run out this soon, this quickly, but I guess when you put every NFL team in a 2-row, and then you put every MLB team in a 2-row, and some of those teams need multiple boxes, they're gonna go pretty quickly. Who knows when those boxes will be here. But right now, what I'm doing, oh, it's off camera. I'm sorry, guys. I thought you were able to see what I was doing here. I mean, it's basically what I kind of told you in the previous clip. Just taking the cards from the quarter boxes that were already previously on the show floor, putting them in 2-row boxes, and then I'm going to put them right in their respective spots here. All right, San Francisco is next. So there's a little bit of room for to fluff up the San Francisco Giants box. So I'm just gonna add a few cards to the mix. A little bit more room there. Trying to do a mix of, you know, some 80s, some modern, some 90s, just to give the box a diverse selection. And just in getting that given box. Obviously, when I make the other one, whatever else I have laying around for Giants will go in that box. But again, I want it to be a mix of anything from 1980 all the way up to 2025. Okay, so now we got to make a box. I only got three of these guys left. So I'll pull you guys over here, set you right there. Where did oh, my water was on it. I've made so many of these 2-row boxes within the last, well, I guess if you take out the National, it hasn't really been that long. But before the National, after the National, 100 of these things, maybe a little less than 100, because I had to order 75. I think I had 17 laying around before. That's when I first started with the football. So 75, well, soon will be 75 plus 17. That is, quick math, 92. This 92 out of the 100 box, out of the 200 boxes, excuse me, that we plan on having here at Murph's Card Town for our value box selection. Sorry, I'm not trying to talk to you with my back turned. I'm just trying to make this box. All right, so we got our box made. I don't think this is going to be the rest of the Giants cards. I do think some Giants cards bled over into another box. So we'll take out what we can of Giants, throw it in here. So what I do is I'm going to go over there, grab the box. There's a little bit of Giants in that box right there. Grab that, grab the Giants cards, put it in the 2-row, put the 2-row away. So this is our new Giants box. And then we just put this 4-row with freshly, remember when we just made the new tags for the value boxes? Yeah, some of those are going to go to waste. But, you know, it was fun. It's a fun video to make. It was a fun project to do. And here we are. Let's see if we can fluff up one side. So, I mean, we're always going to gain more cards over the course of time. There's a lot of 80s and 90s in this box. But yeah, here we go. Giants box done. And it goes right into there. Grab the next team up, which is the Seattle Mariners. This box is also, for the most part, fluffed up. Let's see, what can we add here? We can add a chunk of that. Let's add a little bit of 80s and 90s, somewhere in the middle. Can you even guys, you can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, good. Just kind of chuck them in random spots. The tall cards are kind of annoying because they just stick out like sore thumbs. I think that's a good little mix right there. Add a few of these, add a few of that, stick it somewhere in the middle. I don't want to like stuff it, but I also don't want it to have an empty gap either. Beautiful, beautiful, okay. Take the Seattle box, put it in the spot. I'm gonna make a 2-row box. I'll catch back up to you once it's made. Ta-da! Super simple. especially with the power of editing, right, and the magic of editing. All right, so now we just got to take the rest of these Mariner cards. I know this is a super boring process, guys, but this is part, and this is what goes into expanding a shop or even simply building out a shop. If you took what I'm kind of telling you and showing you, starting from zero, which moving into a space, it still fairly applies. It really does. So even if you're not expanding a shop, or if you're looking for a video about building out a shop, obviously I have those here on the channel. But this video or this series can still kind of apply. It won't go into the legalities of finding a space or getting licenses or stuff like that. But like, hey, you got to build shelves. Hey, you got to build cases. Okay, I've already talked about that. But once they're built, where do you put them? All right, so let's move them. And that's kind of where this video or series can kind of jump to if that's where you are in your process. Just so I don't keep boring you guys, I'll fast forward to when I'm all done with the teams. I have 1 2-row box left. Ooh. What? What? Wait. What? What? I'm sorry. What? I don't want to take it out. What just happened? I literally just went to throw it to kind of just adjust my grip on it, and this little lip right here got perfectly stuck. It's not that funny, but oh my god, that's exactly the laugh I needed after today. Oh my god, that was so funny. This is my last 2-row box, as I was originally saying. It's my last 2-row box. I have the Cardinals, Blue Jays, and Rangers. Nationals, Blue Jays, Rangers, Cardinals to do. I got 4 teams, 1 box. Actually no, they have a long history with the Expos. I'm not gonna have enough boxes. All right, that is in place. However, I know the mini fridge is still there and it won't be there much longer. Actually, that's probably the next thing on my to-do list. But the spindle display that's over here needs to go into this corner here, and I don't think it's going to fit well. And one thing I absolutely hate is a waste of space. Now, I could kind of keep it right where I just had it, along with some other stuff as well. I can't push the bookcase any further over because I don't want to block the thermostat. Again, people, please, please don't touch it. I'll make a sign for it because I know people are going to be ooh about it. Yeah, that's definitely not going to be enough space for it to freely spin around. So we're going to have to probably pivot. Just kind of looking at it, I kind of like where it is, in all honesty. Which, again, it's right there. I'll have some other stuff against this wall. What? Not sure yet. But I'll definitely have something over there. I like how it's coming along so far. Pokemon posters probably just going to stay. And I'm kind of stuck with these extra walls. Whoa. These extra walls right here. Giving away this Bobby Orr poster. I just kind of posted about it on social media. But it came in a pack of 2. Well, actually, no. 1 pack was only 6 panels. And I'm using 5. So I have, 7 extra left over. I don't currently have a need for them in the warehouse. I also don't want to kind of just be like, oh, hey, let's just throw them here and kind of forget about them, because they do kind of take up a lot of space. I can fold them a little bit like an accordion. There's also feet that come with them that I could put on to put them on wheels, maybe move them around as needed. I don't know just yet. We'll figure that out hopefully next, because I want to get this kind of eyesore out of the middle of the shop to really open it up, to really showcase the space, because I can already just see how massively bigger the shop is, even with this gigantic thing in the way. So let's get the microwave somewhere, I don't know where, and then we'll just kind of move on to the next thing in line, which is the wall. Oh, hey there. Even the most weird places you would think, at a retail store or at any business, if you think it's not dirty, probably is. I didn't know my microwave was this dirty. I didn't know the top of my fridge was this dirty. So yeah, we have to spend a couple minutes and just cleaning it up real quick. No one's gonna see it anymore, but still make it look nice. Because if you're not going to make it look nice or do it right, then why bother doing it at all? I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect in here, but I just want to kind of get the loose, crummy, grimy stuff out at the very least. So as I was cleaning into this corner, I had this idea. Take the Certain jersey off, take these Pokemon posters off, and what if I move this bookcase here to here, or even here, probably here, facing like this way, and then slide that right here. I don't know how much space the bookcase will allow in between the book, the spindle display, excuse me, will allow between the bookcase and the doorway. Doorway I want to be completely open. It looks like it should. The only concern is it just being able to spin freely, and again, being able to have complete access in and out to the warehouse through that door. I guess the only way to really find out is by taking the Certain jersey down, which was going to be a thing anyways, sliding the spindle display over, see how it looks, see how it feels, and then if so, we'll take the Pokemon poster down, put them somewhere else, or maybe even give them away. I don't know. So yeah, let's try that real quick. This is why you should always ask people for help instead of trying to do it on your own. Luckily, just a few one touches and 2 bags of bags, 1 sleeve, 1 bag. Fell, not the worst thing in the world, but ask people for help. People just, they'll help you. If they're nice people and they care about you, they'll help you. All right, so everything's not in the final spot. That just needs to get pushed back a little bit more, but that won't have too much of an impact. The spindle display, it spins, it doesn't touch the wall here in its spot. There is some space over here, so I'll probably just move it over a little bit just to tidy it up a bit. Probably don't even have to move the Pokemon posters, in all honesty. There we go. Beautiful. Don't even have to. Nothing. I think I popped a little hole in the back of that bookcase, though. It's just like the thinnest piece of like particle board. You know, it's like an IKEA cabinet thing, you know, the thing on the back, the whole thing's up. I'll just show you guys. When I was moving the case, you can kind of see the little white poking out right there. That's the back of a box. So I think a nail popped out when I pushed the box further back. Trials and tribulations of doing things by yourself. I take pride in it. I ask people for help. Maybe I don't ask people enough, but I take pride in doing things by myself. I want to do them by myself. But definitely, if you're doing anything like this, any major move, expansion, relocation, anything that has heavy fixtures and furnitures, ask people for help. Well, forget what I said about these bindings. Sorry, it's a little dark. There's like no light right there. There's a light right here. I'll stand this way so I shine a little bit better. So we will get into the wall at hopefully some point today. But I do need to try to configure this binder. I gotta put these up actually. Hold on. These are $1.99. Just before I get any more distracted, I want to put these 500 count boxes up because I need to put more to fill that gap right there. There's like 2 inches of extra room. Hopefully that doesn't become a problem, which it hasn't been recently. All right, now that these are up, beautiful, beautiful, excellent. Okay, these binders are all the same size. These are all 9-pocket per page binders. They're $25. Well, the Pokemon ones are. The regular Ultra Pro ones that are not Pokemon themed are $19.99. So if you don't want a Pokemon themed binder, save yourself $5. Get a generic color, but if you want a cool binder, they're $5 more. And this is all MSRP, guys. You go on Ultra Pro's website, it is MSRP. I'm not price gouging. Don't even give me that because I'm not trying to do that on Pokemon binders. I don't need to price gouge on Pokemon binders. I don't think I'm below that. Because I know someone's gonna say it. Some smart guy's gonna say it. So my problem is I can't fit 2 per the peg, I guess, length. I can't put 2 up here. I think you guys know what I'm trying to say. I mean, I could if I have them kind of hanging off a little bit, like that. Come on, you go there, you go there. The other pegs are kind of in the way, so I would just have to make sure. I might have to push this out a little bit, just so that the spindle display doesn't, like when I spin the binders, don't hit the wall here. They don't hit the side there. Which now that I see that in reality, if I pop everything here in the middle off, all the way down, make sure things are nicely spaced out, you know, top to bottom, could definitely make binders work going side by side. I do have some more binders in the back, some nice leather ones. Well, forget what I said about these binders. Sorry, it's a little dark. There's like no light right there. There's a light right here. I'll stand this way so I shine a little bit better. There's no hook on here, so I can't actually have them hooked on. So I'll probably put them somewhere, maybe behind the counter, take up some Pokemon space, or maybe above one of the islands that I plan on pushing up against the wall. I'll figure it out. They'll go somewhere, but for now I'm gonna put it back and focus on, we have 4 designs here. Let's see, we have, I already showed you the Pokeball and the Pikachu. We have those, Greninja, and then we have Charizard and Friends. Charizard and Friends are on the back. Those are the 4 designs that we're working with. Gonna throw them up here, probably go till about here. It's gonna go probably till about here, maybe a little bit lower. And I'll have the space down at the bottom where I could put sleeves to still offer them, because I do have a small clientele for them. So I could put those down there to still offer them, because they're still invested money and I don't want them to just go in the back. It'd be kind of forgotten forever. So that's going to be something we will have to kind of play with and figure out once what we actually want to sell gets up here on the spindle display. And then we'll get to the wall. I promise we will get to it. What do you guys think? I think it looks pretty good. I think this project is complete. I think it looks good. This looks good. Retail stuff where it is, which is just right over here. That looks good. Now we need to finish or figure something out with this damn wall. Yeah, I still don't have a spot for it, but we need to find one ASAP. After that, we're gonna get all those boxes out. Leave one for trash. Get the rest of them out. Today's Friday, right? So we are less than a week. Okay, 2 row boxes should be here. I ordered more. The order got processed yesterday for me. Thursday, they should be here Monday. Fingers crossed that all goes well, and then that they do actually get here. Then we can start filling up more quarter corner boxes. I don't know how long figuring this wall thing is gonna take, so I'll check back in once I figure that out.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Alrighty. Wall is gone. I did put the single panel there for now, just to kind of deter people from going back there. Wall is gone. It really opens up the space. Wow. It's just like, so I'm now standing in the doorway to the warehouse, and there's just so much more space. And something's gonna happen with the case and the 2 islands here. Probably 2 of the islands will probably go up against this wall here. Still need to figure that out. But the temporary placement for the wall is just kind of curled up right here until I can kind of figure out what else to do with it.
2 days later.
I got a boring update for you guys. I really haven't been doing anything crazy special since the last clip, actually. All I've been doing is head down and just keeping organized and organizing in general. All these cards here, I guess you can't really see that. You can see a little bit of it. All these cards here, I'm organizing by MLB team at the current moment. There are dollar cards mixed in that I'm gutting out. Just like some chrome cards, inserts, hollows. I'm taking those cards out and I'm putting them in the dollar box. And the box that I'm going through, this box way over here, is roughly organized. Like there'll be like a stretch of 10 straight cards on the same team or even on the same player. And then there's stretches where it's just like Padres, Yankees, Red Sox, Mariners, Orioles. Like it's just like kind of all over the place. So the stretches of consecutive teams are definitely nice. And then there's, you know, a small stretch of like dollar cards that I can just yank out. I'm halfway through that 3-row box. My God, my back hurts. But once this is all done, we're not out of the neck of the woods because we got to unsleeve all these cards and then take those sleeves, use them for other cards, other baseball dollar cards, football dollar cards, or whatever it may be. Also, let me take the camera with me. Also, what I've been doing is I started with 5 or 6 of these. I think 6 of these. And so far, we were able to get half of them done. All we had to do was unsleeve a lot of quarter cards because people love to sleeve quarter cards. Then dig in the trash. A lot of them would have like price tags on them, adjusted price tags because they probably had it at like $2 or $3. And then we had to unsleeve the dollar cards that had those, you know, yucky price tags. I don't like those tags. I don't like mark tags in the dollar bin. So then we're going to eventually have to sleeve them, and I want to use those baseball quarter cards, use those sleeves to sleeve the football dollar cards, just kind of recycle, reuse, reduce, recycle. We have almost 3 rows full of top loads just from today. Yesterday we did do a lot of unsleeving as well. That probably filled up like a row of a different box. But yeah, no, we're tired here. We're definitely exhausted. Good look at all the cards here. Good look at all the cards over there. We did put the Pokemon cards over here. We did that yesterday. Just waiting on 2-row boxes from UPS. More 2-row boxes, guys. We had to place a whole nother order for a bunch more. We were using so many. So once those quarter boxes come in, we can make them each for a basketball team. We can make them each for energies. Because if I take you back over here, again, we know 5 2-rows without the lid fit here. So we're gonna have them all lined up. So there'll be 5 of them here. Let's see. We have a water box here. And I put the stupid Pokemon dollar singles again on that. It's like the 3rd time I've accidentally done that. Again, only quarter cards over here. But yeah, what we're going to be able to do is have, Lightning's going to have a 2-row, a second 2-row. And then I know I have like a surplus of Pokemon energy cards, I think, in the back. Oh no, they're right there. Right there. That's all our extra surplus that's already organized by energy or dollar cards or even $2 cards. So we might be able to have like 4 2-rows of Lightning, 4 2-rows of Psychic, whatever it may be. So people who are looking for organized Pokemon cards, looking to build a deck, they'll be able to do that here at Murph's Card Town like they already do. But there's just going to be way more selection because we'll have way more space to put up way more boxes. Again, got to get to 200 somehow. Let's see, we're currently at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 40, 44, 48, 52, 57. Those don't count. They're 2 rows. 58, 63, 68, 68, 73, 73, 78, 82, 88, 92. These will eventually be in 2 rows. What was that, 92 I said? Just there. Then if we kind of spin around to the front here, 92. Here's 16, 92, 98, 108 in all. These are all dollar football cards right here. All these boxes. All 16 of those boxes are dollar football. That's crazy. That's a lot. What is that? 108 I said. Here's 12 more. This is all dollar basketball. So that's 120. Okay, 120. Here's a bunch of... Oh, actually, let me show you this side because this side is completely full. Here's 12 boxes. 20% got moved to there. 20 and under sports is right there. Graded sports. Here's another 12. So what did I say? 120. That's 132. 132. 132, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. We are currently at 142 without counting basketball, which will eventually be broken up into teams. So that's going to be another 30. So that's 172. Let me get back to you real quick. I'll break this all down. I'll count and see how many boxes that'll turn into. So give me 2 seconds.
A few moments later.
So the dollar box will be 1 box. Dragon and Fairy's already in a 2-row. But all together there was 20. Crap. Was it 22 or 24? Oh, I literally just had the number in my head. Let's just say 22 just to kind of lowball it. So 172 plus 22 is 194 value boxes. Yeah. That's crazy. And I need to make more boxes for some of the football teams. I got extra Chicago Bear cards right here, just kind of sitting here. And I know there's going to be some more cards that I'll have to put in there slowly but surely, just based off of the cards in that box there. Baseball, slowly but surely as well. I don't have any extra baseball cards currently organized by team. Slowly but surely we will. But 194 on the safe side already. Well, again, we got to wait for the basketball. Got to wait for the 2 rows to add the basketball. That's something else. All these cards right here will eventually be quarter cards once I get them all organized by team and then unsleeved. So that might actually overthrow a lot of boxes. Like right here we have the Chicago Cubs. This box is all full. Here's a second Cubs box here that's almost full right in here. Actually, let me just take it out for you guys. This box is almost full. So depending on how many Cubs cards we get from that 3-row that we had to organize,
That could be another. That could be another box right there for the cubbies. That'd be 195 in total. So yeah, very exciting stuff, guys. 200 value boxes is definitely realistic. You told me 6 months ago I'd been like 200. No way. I can barely even fit 100 in here. But I think that shelving system right here with the 2-row boxes is definitely the way to go. You're probably wondering, Murph, what are you doing down there, banging, making all this noise? Well, I want things to be done a specific way in order to truly make me happy. And what I mean by that is these shelves needed to move down 2 spots where I want them. I want the bottom level of the shelf to be as low as possible to the ground, so little to no lint or dust, dirt, or any kind of debris gets underneath it. And the quarter corner bins are all set up like that to be nice and flush to the bottom so that nothing can get underneath it. These shelves weren't built like that because of the partition wall feet legs had to go underneath it, so I had to elevate these shelves just a little bit so the shelving unit could go over those partition wall legs. Now that we're up against a real wall here, I can have this down to the bottom, and I need to do that for all 4. I already did one, trying to get the beams in place here on the other 3. Then I got one to do over there that housed a bunch of sports retail boxes. I'm now using one of the 2 shelves for Pokemon products. That's still going to be up against the partition wall, so I can leave that as is. And then the new shelving unit that I still need to buy, I'll just make as I want with it on the bottom, and then even like the other shelf all the way up. I just got to bang out one more shelf, bang it back in, and then put the particle board shelving platforms, whatever you want to call them, down. Sorry, I'm exhausted. It's like 9:30 here at night. I've been here almost all day. Was here yesterday all day, so it's hot. I have the AC on like 60 and I'm sweating. It's a lot of hard work, but you know what? It's what you sign up for. So after countless hours of sleeving and unsleeving and untop loading and organizing, which I didn't have on camera. I had a little bit of on camera, but guys, trust me, hours upon hours into that. And I'm sure you guys didn't want a super big time lapse or montage or sit and watch me actually do it for all those hours, because then there would be probably a dozen parts of this expansion where half of them are just me sorting. It's not even done yet. I still have one more box to do. And I think some other cards, maybe 2 or 3 more boxes to actually fish through. Anyways. Now that we got the shelves cleaned, the level is good, I pushed them all back, it's butt up against the windowsill here. We are good to go to set up the display case to the proper distance apart. Now, I'm a big fan of from the wall to the edge of the case here. I'm a big fan of 5 feet. I think that just gives me a good amount of working space. 1.5 feet of it is the shelf itself, and that gives me 3.5 feet to kind of operate and work. So what now we have to do is, I've already measured this case right here. This case is already at the 5 feet mark. Probably just have to square it off just a smidge better. That's the first case there. That's football. But what I didn't show you guys is we actually moved things around. So you can see here the computer monitor is actually right there. It was originally all the way down there at the bottom. However, due to the layout and things, I had this awkward space literally where the camera is, right in the corner of this shop. So what I wanted to do is, I didn't want it to be awkward. I didn't want it to be an informal invitation for people to walk over here, possibly even grab a football hobby box that you can see there. Sorry for the lighting. There's literally not a light right here. So that's why it's like my whole side of the face is dark. What I decided to do is take the POS system, push it all the way down, push the cases all the way down, and right in this spot here, it's probably going to be a 2x2 cubby that's going to be kind of like the trade area, so to speak. If you have cards you're looking to sell or to trade, you kind of come to this trade area or this buying station, whatever we're going to decide to call it. Be able to kind of conduct deals that way. The cubbies, I think it's going to be a 2x... Where's the tape measure? I think it's going to be a 2x4, I believe. Oh, hold on, let me see. Let me get the quick measurement. 43, literally to right where like the tripod camera is. I think that's a good distance, good area, I should say. Good, working area. Plus, it'll give me a little in and out section, in between the football dollar box and then this trade station cubby, so to speak. But right now, the big thing that we need to do is to kind of push forward all the display cases and the POS system, so it's all 5 feet from the wall to the edge here, so you guys will be able to enjoy and watch me do that. Alright, that seems like a little too much space compared to what I was working with before. And I thought to myself, alright, well, was the edge of the case, the front edge of the case, where the 5 foot mark was? And if that's true, then, let's see, 18 inches from 5 feet, that would be 32, which would only right here. Like literally this. So that's obviously not true. I don't know, maybe I'm just not used to this amount of space. Or maybe I've been moving things around. I kind of forget how much space that was. Maybe I'll try to push it to 4 or push it back in. Because I want you guys to have as much space as possible. I don't know, 4 feet. It's right to here. That gives me this much space to operate. That's definitely not too much space. Maybe it is 5 feet. It'll give me enough room to kind of, hey, you need that? Sure, let me go and grab it. Pull the drawer out. Oh, you want this box? I mean, I can always, I'm sweating. I can always change it. I can always push it back in or out. But the point is actually I got to do that last case down there. So let me bring you down there real quick. This case right here is very interesting, because this case needs to be at an angle. Because if I have it kicked out straight, I have this awkward gap here. Whoa, 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 cards are flying. You guys can tell it's late. I've been doing this for so long. I'm so tired. But I think I'm hearing noises. I have no idea. Wow, the lighting's brutal. Give me a second. I could cut out all this jibber jabber if I want to, but I think it's also comedy for you guys to kind of laugh at what's going through my mind. Anyways. Here we go. Could have it like that, which I think it looks good that way. The smallest gap in the world, but that's not really going to matter all too much. The smallest gap, literally like right over there, but I don't think that will matter all too much. But yeah, this is an awkward case. This little gap here is a little awkward. Thought about maybe putting a plant. I think a plant would look nice there. I'm going to go to IKEA for me tomorrow. Or Thursday, the day before we open. Gonna go to the IKEA tomorrow, get the cubbies that I need. Gonna go to Walmart to get the shelf that I need, one of those. If you guys have any ideas what to do with this space here, that space right there, please do let me know. I would love to hear what you have to say in regards to, hey Murph, you should use it for this. Now, what I was trying to say earlier, I went to go get the tape measure, but it was in my pocket actually. Now, this is the things you guys need to think about if you're opening your own shop or trying to figure out your own layout. Not necessarily for sports cards or Pokemon cards, but just any small business in general. I'm sure a lot of small businesses will have some form of fixtures, display cases, clothing racks, or whatever other fixtures that a specific niche small business would need. So there's a lot of planning and blueprinting and just mapping out that needs to go on, and I did kind of have that mapped out. But I've had to change my plans a couple times now, and that's absolutely okay. But now I'm kind of in a panic because it's late at night. I just want to get this done. I want to get this resolved so I can move on to bigger and better things, or other things, for lack of better terms. So anyways, to touch upon this case one last time, as I move that out of the way, I have 4 foot cases. and it could have came out to about here if I squared it off. If it comes out to about here, that doesn't give a lot of space from here to here for people to come down and shop and go through all the cards over here in the corner. I mean, there's just so many different types of people that it could be complicated for in this area if I rotated that out and it came out to here. Another problem is it would leave me a 4-foot space going down here. Literally kind of where the tape measure is, you know, give or take a couple inches. The big problem with that, on top of it being a tight space, is if someone wanted to look at cards in this hypothetical case, if an additional one was squared off, they got to get really down low, really squat, bend the knees, or even get on their knees just to take a look. So I need to maximize the space by only using one display case, and that's to kind of angle it off. I'm not the biggest fan of kind of curve. I'm going to call it a curve, even though it's really not. I mean, if it was a corner display case, or if I had a corner case specifically designed for the corner, if I can just show you guys. I'm sure a lot of jewelry places have it, or even card shops may have a specific piece designed for this corner. It kind of makes it look a little bit better. Now, I'm a big fan of kind of just rounding it off at a 90-degree angle. I've had that at multiple different layouts, whether it was in Johnston or in here, where case, right angle, case, or however the design is. So this is going to be a completely new, different look for me, and I'm actually kind of excited for it, just because it's different. I've never had a kind of rounded corner. I'm going to call it a rounded corner for now. And again, try to find something there to put there. It gives people space here to be able to look at the cards. They won't get too bumped in the way over here, hopefully not. And obviously, if it doesn't look good or if I don't like it, then we just change it. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think we should do with that. Like I mentioned, that space right there. Thinking a plan. I think that would look good. But enough of me rambling on. Let's do some last finishing sweeps of just some like dust bunnies and dust and lint and dirt. And then I know I kind of think I said it was 9:30. I really have no idea what time it is. I last checked, it was 8:45. That seemed like forever ago. Okay, not to be so dramatic, but I was literally doing that last sweeping like I mentioned, and I noticed, I kind of forgot about this, and I remember when I first got the shelf, or the case, my God, about that chip there. Super small defect. I mean, it literally flies over a bunch of people's heads. But for me, it's an eyesore, and if it's eyesore for me, it'll be an eyesore for anyone else who sees it. So now, instead of taking everything out of the cases and flipping around, I'm just going to flip the two shelves around. So the Pokemon case here will go here. The Pokemon / cases case will go where the Pokemon singles are. If I don't do it now, I'm going to be fixated on it. Maybe I'll even forget. And then I'll notice, or I'll remember it later on, and I'll be like, oh, why didn't I just do this before? Because it'll then click. I'm going to quickly do that now and then get out for the night. So yes, good night. I will see you guys tomorrow.
The next day.
Okay, I did not expect to get all of this stuff. I just walked in. UPS, big delivery. Sorry, the lighting's poor. I haven't turned on all the lights yet. 3 2-row boxes. Well, 3 bundles of 2-row boxes. Bunch of stuff there. Looks like it's from Fanatics, maybe another distributor. Another box there from another distributor. Today's Wednesday. The lighting is poor right now. Give me a second. I'll turn on the lights, but we got a lot of work to do today. Reopening 2 days, guys. All right, after countless hours of organizing cards, I've gone through all of these boxes here and all of those ones over there, which have already been done, but within the last week or so, you can imagine, a dozen boxes here, and the majority of them extremely prominently full. And we still have a few boxes to organize, and we still have cards to organize as well. Bunch of dollar cards here. I've been sleeving up all day. Did it for about 30 minutes, had to take a break. Got to get miscellaneous sports into a box. Here's just a bunch of multiplayer cards that, can't put into a Red Sox or Mets bin. So it'll go into his own bin. It'll be like a multi-sport bin. There's baseball. Here's football as well. So we got to get a box for that. But right now, what I need to do And it's been the plan since, I don't know, a week ago that I was going to do this today, and that's labeling. Right now, all of the boxes are empty faced. They have no labeling, no nothing on them. So we're going to make sure that we get these boxes labeled. Here is the Arizona Diamondbacks bin, so make sure we get Arizona Diamondbacks, you know, just right on the front there. Make it super simple, super easy. We're not going to, you know, have team colors or anything like that. We're just going to keep it simple. Right now, here at the shop, football is yellow off in the distance over there. Basketball is orange and baseball is green. So we're going to keep that same logic here. So it might look a little funny, but the Astros, the Twins, the Mets, the Red Sox, you know, pick any team, they're going to have a green label so people know, hey, this is baseball section. Let me look for my team. Okay. Basketball is right here. There's all the basketball boxes. Fills it up very, very nicely. So very excited how that looked. That's going to be orange. Football, I don't have as many football boxes as I thought I was going to have. It's kind of awkwardly spaced out, so I'm just going to kind of push all those over a little bit. And I know I'm still expecting some more cards organized by my friend Pete, so that could absolutely change. And of course, over time, it is also going to change as, you know, 2025 Score comes out, 2025 Donruss comes out, and all these other paper-based products. So obviously, those will fluffen up over time. But I think in the short term, this shelf here might be a little barren, but it's not going to impact our 200 count or possibly over 200 count value box selection here at the shop. But it might just look a little awkward with a lot of spaces. And then there's all the Pokemon cards by energy that we were able to get sorted out that you saw in a previous clip or two. Very, very exciting. What was that? 5, 10, 15, 19, 23, 27 boxes alone of just Pokemon quarter cards, all organized by energy, and then of course trainers in a separate category. Now, what color should I do for them? Well, I have a box of Lorcana right down there, and then where is the $20 graded box? That's a great question. Oh, I think it's way over here. Yes, this is it. So we have a graded Pokemon TCG non-sports cards box right here. That's purple. Purple is a challenging color to kind of see, especially if there's like a lot of words on it. I might change that color, but I don't know how many other colors, like lighter colors, I have. I could use red. I think that would be a good color to use. It doesn't look like orange or anything. It doesn't look like pink, which is pink's used for like other sports. So like soccer's pink, UFC's pink, wrestling's pink. So it's going to be a small decision to be made there, but we'll definitely get to it when we get to it. But right now, let's just get them all printed. Let's get them all cut up, and I'll check back in with you guys when I'm ready to tape them on.
2,000 years later.
Okay. Wednesday's over. We are about to leave. We're about to head out, and we still have tons of work to do. Wheeled out some Pokemon. I got miscellaneous quarter boxes kind of set off to the side. I was able to clear this up with clearing it up, you know, dollar card here, dollar card there. However, where I last left you before this clip was printing out the labels. However, I ran out of orange, obviously, for basketball. I'm out of green for baseball, and I have 0 yellow for football. 0. None. Have to go to the store tomorrow. I mean, I have to go to IKEA anyways to get the cubbies. So while we're out and about, we're going to go to Michael's and get... Do I have it in my pocket? I thought I folded it. Oh, it's over here still. So we have to get, because I love this color set, have to get, what is it, South Beach. So there's the orange for basketball, yellow for football, green for baseball. Oh, the blue is hockey. So... Pink was for the miscellaneous sports. So those are the 5 colors covered there. I think I will pivot to red for Pokemon just to make it pop a little bit. So this is probably a bad scheme to get here. We already have green, so we're not using that. Purple I've used already, like I mentioned earlier, for Lorcana and such. White's just so bland and boring, and it's just going to blend in with the box itself. So that's kind of off the table. However, since we're going to be displaying and portraying numerous different energies, I don't want red supposedly to kind of adhere to maybe fire, which a lot of people can kind of incorporate too. And sometimes it's orange. I know, it depends what you ask, right? White would just kind of be very simple and bland, but it would also pop, I think, as well with the black text, just kind of saying fire, grass, water, whatever over the front. But, you know, I like the colors, how they kind of like pow right in your face. Here's a, I don't even know. They don't even have a name for this color here. It's kind of like a light turquoise. Very light turquoise. But that's, again, that's too similar to blue, I think. And then here's red. I think that will eventually be fine. Pokemon red label. While I'm at the store tomorrow, I'll look for something else that's just, you know, maybe a different color. But I got the main colors of the rainbow kind of covered. Really, red's the last one other than purple. And we're already using pink. But that's going to wrap it up here tonight. I'll probably cut the video here as well. I have no idea how long this video has gotten, so I do apologize if it is tremendously long. I'm sure after I chop it up and such, it's going to be a beautiful video that you guys are going to thoroughly enjoy. But I think having the last part of, or the last day for me, be kind of its own separate part of the video, if I can get that on the tripod. And I'm going to be doing a lot of running around on Thursday, of course. You see the hole there. I still need to make a ton of boxes. As you can see, I got to break boxes down, throw them out still, and just a lot of minute this and that, just here and there, moving this here, moving that there. I got to label all the boxes. That's going to take a ton of time tomorrow as well. I think the biggest tasks remaining is labeling all the boxes. I have all the dollar box labels printed out. I just haven't taped them because I'd rather just tape it all at once, get it all out of the way, and then just kind of organizing and sorting specific cards in their final destinations. Obviously, I got to restock blasters. I got to price and put out the Pokemon cards, which I can kind of do that on Friday morning. Get a most accurate pricing, kind of let that come slowly. I've kind of put a pause on the warehouse, as I'm sure you guys have noticed. I really haven't been in there that much this whole video. So we have a whole mess right there that we still need to organize. We got to sort the Celtics, Bruins, and Patriots box. That's right here. We have to sort those by the 3 teams. Bruins will have their own box. It'll probably go in like the miscellaneous section. Actually, probably better. I should put it with the hockey stuff. Man, this is so tough. Whatever. Well, I'll figure that's a problem for another day. Here we are, wrapping up on Wednesday. Going to be a long day for me tomorrow. I think that's going to be a great chunk of part 5 because we're still on part 4. I'm not even sure what part. I think this is part 4. So thank you guys so much for watching this part 4. But to finish my thought, I think Thursday and Friday, because I'll be recording Friday as well, I think that'll be a really good part 5 to wrap it up and sum it all up. Put a nice bow on this expansion series. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this part, and of course all the other parts as well. And if you haven't seen any of the other videos, I'm not really sure why you're watching this video, but I would definitely go check out parts 1, 2, and 3. And of course, thank you for watching those if you have already. That will wrap it up for this video, guys. We still have a ton to do, and I'm super excited. I'm actually really stressed out now. I know I've had a lot of time on my hands. I could take things slow. Kind of regretting that, kind of kicking myself in the butt that we took things slow, but we will get things done. I can assure you that. Not to carry out this intro any longer, thank you so much for watching. Please smash the thumbs up button, comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new or haven't considered subscribing. I would definitely appreciate the love and support. Check out the channel membership program where you get to see this video and other videos early before the public. There are 3 different tiers there that you can choose that best suit your endeavors. I would definitely appreciate you checking out the channel membership program. That was a lot. But yes, I've queued up an excellent video right there for you that I do believe is going to be excellent for your hobby endeavors. Hopefully, I'll see you in that one.